Hey everybody, welcome back to Pixel Junkies. We're playing
hey there.
Elite Dangerous 4.2.
Don't sigh, Adam. It was your idea.
Was it 4.2? 2.4?
2.3.
Oh, okay, it's not 2.4 yet.
Not 2.4 yet, but
Yeah.
they did announce all of the 2.4 features today at
so I think-
LaveCon.
Well, we're just chilling out today, playing
So
this?
yeah, I guess we're just fucking around in Elite today.
Yeah.
Unlike all of the podcasts where we just outline the new features, I guess we're just screwing around.
Yeah. So where are you now?
I am in 5G Capricorni or something.
What a system.
Oh, and Semini. That's what I'm running. That was the name of the faction, not
So many.
yeah. I was Samony.
Salmony. Alright.
Yeah,
That sounds
that's-
like fucking Hicks live there, man. Like, what part of Respace you from? I'm from Salmony.
What was it you called them in the GTA series? You call them
Rednecks?
No, it was like Samity Sam, but you called them
You somebody somewhere? What?
I don't know, something stupid. Oh yeah, you called him Samity Sam, and it's Yosemite Sam. That's what it was.
Oh, is it Yosemite Sam?
Yeah,
I always thought it was Yosemite Sam.
it is Yosemite Sam. You said Samity Sam. Oh wait, now never mind. This is stupid already. All right, I'll fuck around in this game.
All right,
So
let's go find some Thargoids.
yeah, Thargoids. So what are we doing? Fighting?
I don't know. It's up to you, man. You're the one.
Alright.
You're the one over there with them fancy ass fucking joysticks.
Yeah. All right, well let's go fight something, I guess.
There's a war on apparently in the Sub Theta Thacoid system,
You
or
got it.
what's it?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a war in this system. I was just here getting some combat rank. And Adam was like, let's play this game. And I was like, all right.
All right, we were already playing it, so I figured it's least amount of setup time. It's raining dicks out there, man.
It is. It's pretty rain out right now.
Yeah. And I do mean like literal male sexual organs are coming out of the sky.
Yeah, because I woke up at like 11 and it was sunny out and it was fine. And then I went back to sleep and when I woke up it was raining, like drizzle.
What time did you wake up again?
I don't know, probably 3 o'clock.
Jesus.
I didn't have anything to do today, so I just slept.
Yeah. Somebody forgot to copy over the podcast.
That did happen.
Mm.
Let's go to this, no, it's a resource extraction site. I don't want to go there.
Fuck resources.
Let's go to this conflict zone.
Ooh, cool. Let's go there. So
Yeah.
where are these people in conflict?
Oh, yeah, there's a, to get into the metagame of it or break the fourth wall, it kind of gets into a number of things. It depends on, like, if you create a faction, or I guess if FDev generate a faction, then that faction has, like, a class, so they can be, like, feudalist or democratic, or they can be a corporation, or they can just be anarchy or something, something like that. And then that determines ultimately the when that faction goes to expand, whether or not it's within the system or without. Like, a civil war will happen within a system, and a war happens between two systems. And there's actually a war and a civil war going on in the same system right now. So basically, the faction,
It's like Syria.
yeah, the faction state or the faction class determines. God damn it!
Oh, you're being interdicted.
Interdicted by the feds. Just to make sure I'm not a
Aren't you on
criminal.
the side of the feds?
Yeah, they're just popping in to see if I'm a criminal or if I'm harboring refugees or whatever.
Can you harbor refugees?
Yeah, you can like transport war criminals or soldiers or refugees or slaves if you want to. But basically, the class determines the trigger event. Like, if they're a diplomatic faction, then it'll go to a vote, and they'll have, like, there'll be an election, and then there's a whole election process where you can force a faction to go into boom, which then causes the faction to either go ahead or behind other factions. And if they're not democratic or diplomatic factions, and they're more like anarchy kind of capitalists, then they might go to war. Or feudalist, they might go to war. And then that's when a war happens, and then the war is resolved by one faction gaining, like they have, if we just go to this status screen over here, yeah, you can see they have influence. And there's like 26 influence is the top faction, and you can see a little red arrow saying it's going down. So these two factions, these two factions were the factions I was fighting with earlier. This faction is up 3%. These are down, I guess they're down less than 1%. And I think when a faction reaches a certain percentage above another faction, it ends the war. or it goes into a ceasefire and gives the other faction a small window. It gets really complicated, but that's ultimately how it works.
Fucking
And so,
Christ.
yeah, and there's a number of different like states. Like you can cause if you don't want to fight in a war, you can cause one faction to like go into lockdown. So you can essentially shut down all their services and prevent any of their factions from getting work done, sort of halting their progress of the war. You can
So like blockade the system?
yeah, you can form blockades basically to sort of undermine their war effort. It's really complex, and Frontier doesn't really do a great job at explaining how it works entirely. But it's something that you pick up when you play it for thousands of hours like me. And so that's what you do.
How many hours you got into this now?
It's probably close to 2,300.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's 20,050 for the main executable, but god damn it with the fucking feds. But there was, when Horizons came out, it had a separate executable that they then merged with the base game, and it kind of deleted those hours. I think that's about what I had. I think I had about 200 hours in that when they took it down. Let's try it as a game.
Alright. So,
Oh, shit.
these two factions are at war, and it's just like, is this just like a minor thing, or is this like leading up to a big storyline?
Generally, the wars that go on in between systems are just... It's just kind of a dynamic result of the way the factions have evolved to this point. Generally, they're not big narrative points, but, I mean, I suppose you could kind of look at it anyway. Like, there are... If you go to a system or a station, there's, like, news articles that you can read that are about, like, you know, an election that's coming up or a war that's happening and, like, where refugees are coming from, and you can get like a bit of the lore about the war that's going on, even though it's all like procedurally generated and stuff. You can sort of get a better understanding about what it is. It's not like big story event stuff. That's usually between the superpowers, which would be, oh man, that's lag. Between the Federation and the Empire, which
Isn't there a third one? The Alliance or something?
the Alliance, yeah, they're kind of like heavy neutrals.
Like Sweden.
Yeah.
Space Sweden.
So now we can figure out what factions are fighting in here. We got Green Party of Samity and then the 5G Capricorni Incorporated.
Tarnation! We'll never give up our space land!
So we got these guys, they're a Federation faction.
Do you think they're all in there, in the Yosemites are all in there with their fucking cousins being like, hold on now, Bessie, get off my dick. I'm fighting a war. Get me the shotgun.
So apparently it's two Federation factions that are fighting. So that's interesting. So let's maybe go with the Green Party because they have a lower influence than the Capricorni guys. So I'll have to go over here and then pick the Green Party. I think, did I pick the wrong one? No, I didn't. Okay, good. Alright. Here we go. And turn that
Put on your
off.
Rush CD and let's do this. Fucking pick a Rush song. If you were an actual captain in like this kind of situation, would you have like a Rush kind of soundtrack, or would you go for more like traditional techno?
I mean, in the year 3300, I don't know. Who knows?
So this is after Futurama.
Yeah, I guess it's 300 years after Futurama.
Man.
You know,
I
Planet
wanna-
Express ship.
I think it would be really cool to have a Futurama game. Like just bop around that universe. Join the Democratic Order of Planets.
Yeah, I mean, that's the dream, right?
Yeah. What, have Futurama?
No, but just to have, like, you know, I've been watching Clone Wars again, under the 3rd season now. And,
I thought you hated that show.
Was that?
I thought you hated that show.
The beginning of it is really rough.
Yeah.
But it picks up.
The first season is... I think there's like one episode that's pretty good. Or there's 2 episodes. There's like 3 episodes that are pretty good in the first season. The one...
Yeah.
And they're all Clone Wars
It's also
related.
too much Tom Kane, but, you know, whatever.
A galaxy divided by war.
Yeah.
The Green faction fights off against the Space Hicks, the Yosemites, in what is turning out to be a brutal conflict. The Jedi have sent many of their forces to quell the Yosemites. I don't know.
There's some gold rush dude flying his spaceship. Yeah.
He's out there with, like, he's out there in a spacesuit panhandling that fucking asteroid, the fucking ring, belt ring around that planet. I'm gonna strike it rich, who you? I don't know why they're all goofy, but there we go.
Yeah, so you were asking earlier about how the fighter works. I just VR'd myself into the fighter, so now my crewmate that I have is flying my ship.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm getting absolutely rinsed by something. Oh, I'm dead. And now I go back to my ship.
Alright, good job, Aaron.
Yep.
You really showed him. Do you think they're ever going to release a carrier where you could have, like launch, like, a wing of fighters?
It'd be cool. I mean, people want that. I think it's just to find a means of finding a balance.
Make it turbo expensive.
Yeah, I don't think that's really a deterrent, though. There's a lot of, like... You don't want to... I think that's probably the issue that FDev are kind of encountering, is that they don't want to tier off content for the veteran players, you know?
Yeah.
They want to make it relatively accessible to everybody. Obviously, you need to have the better stuff be more expensive, but you don't want to have super overpowered stuff only be available to people with a lot of money.
Like in GTA. By the way, we did our GTA, as of this recording, we recorded the podcast that came out earlier the week. Last night, and we talked a lot about the GTA 5 mods, and Rockstar has since come back and said they're not getting rid of that.
They're not getting rid of what?
They're not getting rid of the mods.
Oh, is that a thing today? Because we talked about them not banning creativity or whatever in the podcast.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
I was just wondering if there was another development.
I think there might be another small development, but that's the big one I saw. Forgot that we talked about that in the podcast. I wasn't really paying attention.
Too busy not copying your audio.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was thinking about Tekken 7.
Oh yeah.
So, like, does this fit into the rest of the Tekken lore?
Oh, you know it. Rory will be quite happy with it.
I assume that all stories take place in the Tekken universe unless specifically stated otherwise. So Game of Thrones is just a big prequel to Tekken.
Yep. In fact, the Federal Corvette's going to be a main character in Tekken 8.
One of the fighters.
Yeah.
Just comes in, fucking nukes it
Kasumi
from
versus Federal Corvette. That's a fair fight. Can't even get all of it onto screen. That'd be hilarious.
My kickboxing will wreck you up, and you just see like fucking cluster missiles come down.
I gotta fight a bear? That's not fair. It's like, oh, I gotta fight a fucking spaceship. There's
a really funny Rick and Morty like joke, like skit that they did where they were watching interdimension TV, which is they have a TV that can get any channel from any universe. So like all the a lot of the shows that they watch are really fucking dumb. And one of the shows and a lot of the time it's just the creators coming up with stuff off the top of their heads. So they're like, "Welcome back to Man versus Car, the only show." And the guy, like the dude, is laughing as he's saying this. He's like, "The only show where a guy fights a car." Up first we have Nick Jensen versus a regular old car, and oh, there he goes. He's fighting it, and oh, he's gaining some ground, and oh, the car just ran him over. Oh, it's a massacre. That's 0 for the man and 8 million for the car. Why do we even have this show? And he starts laughing at the end because it's so fucking stupid.
So they must just do like a table read and just record that.
Yeah, it's essentially what they do. A lot of the intergalactic or interdimension TV is fucking like just improv.
Yeah, I've seen some of that, and it does look like it's just like you kind of need it to be improv in order for it to still be funny.
Yeah.
So.
Like there's one to do where like it's a movie trailer they're watching. It's like two brothers on the run from aliens, and then it kicked into high gear with monster cats and a tornado and old women Valkyries and zombies, and these two brothers they're running from it and explosions, and they got a really tight bond because they're brothers, and there's two of them, and yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace, Don LaFontaine, man.
Don LaFontaine.
Yeah, he used to be that turbo bassy voice movie announcer guy.
In a world.
Yeah. So they gotta hire this guy who doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Wow, that dude's getting absolutely blitzed.
Yep. Bye.
So, like, has the Federation come in with a big fleet of ships?
Well, yeah, the factions, like in lore, the factions released statements regarding the Thargoids. And the Federation basically just said, like, yep, told you, we've been building the military this whole time for this. And the Empire was like, LOL, nope. And then the Alliance was like, maybe we can learn more from the Thargoids.
What do you mean the Empire was LOL, nope? You mean
they're like, let's not fight these things and let's just, like, stay in our houses and not do this.
So how did the Thargoids become public? Like, is it like how in universe? Because I know a lot of players got like interdicted by the Thargoid, like that Thargoid scout ship.
Yeah.
And is the Federation finally just saying, oh yeah, now we're officially acknowledging it, or was there some big event?
Well, yeah, there's been for months and months and months. There's been like those sightings from players and NPCs in the lore. Like they'll get transmissions saying like, oh my god, what is this ship? Oh my god, what's that noise? And that kind of thing. And also, yeah, like, you know, we've seen it on the podcast before, like the interdiction or the hyperdictions they're calling them. Is that a Corvette chasing me? Yes. But recently, for the 2.4 announcement at E3, they did kind of 2 little mini CGs that the players could kind of take part in. And one of them was one of the engineers had supposedly come across some like new data that could, you know, give us more information on these unknown ships. And then so the CG was players getting I think it was like unknown ship scans and stuff. So you had to get it hyperdicted and scan their wakes and all that kind of thing. And then that CG was like, it ended almost immediately from the amount of stuff that players handed in. So then the next day they had like the lore that had happened overnight was a bunch of federal ships found out about this kind of low-key mission that was going on and stole the data from the engineer. And then that fleet of federal ships, I think it was 2 capital ships, or might have been 1 capital. I think it was 2 capital ships involved, went missing. And then
was that trailer I saw where they're all like, you just see it shows the whole Federation fleet fucked?
Yeah, so then that second event was tracking down where the lost fleet went, and when, you know, of course when players found them, they were all destroyed and had like turbo green burn marks on them and stuff, and everyone was like, that's the Thargoids. And then, yeah, Frontier was like, yep, it's the Thargoids. And so that was sort of the turning point, I guess, for the in-lore acknowledgement of their existence again.
So the Federation thinks that they can take the Thargoids on?
I think they're going to at least try. That seems to be their mentality. It's like, we don't know what this threat is, but we need to be ready for it, or as ready as we can, so...
Yeah, but the Thargoids took out 2 fucking of their biggest ships and an entire support fleet, like... Seemingly with no hassle, because there was no Thargoid ships left adrift.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, David Braben has been talking about it's like... It's not necessarily that maybe one side is stronger than the other, but because, you know, the only enemies we've known in this game have been human, so we know how to defeat human ships, like, you know, copious firepower, but maybe that's not effective against aliens. Maybe you need something else to be effective.
I think the Federation's plan should be to fucking get the Spicy Boy clan or whatever. Fucking annoy the Thargoids out of existence.
Annoy them back into hiding. Yeah.
For 2 days, like, fuck this!
Yeah, so I think a lot of the 2.4 content is going to be kind of segmented off into almost like narrative chunks where we do some research, figure out how to defeat them, then we are able to engineer some new weapons and that kind of thing. And they outline that stuff today, like the different kinds of weapons we'll be able to use to defeat the Thargoids at some point. And presumably we'll have to like build them, which is kind of cool. A lot of it looked really interesting. Some little module things that I guess maybe prevent your ship from being turned off when they hyperdict you. And then I guess other maybe...
Because aren't all the ships that you've seen so far, aren't they just like scout ships?
I think that's the theory.
They're not actual warships, these are just like the scouts, and that the warships are actually much, much bigger?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how that's all going to be. I mean, that's the only ship that we've seen so far, but I mean, are there more? Who knows? There might be, so...
Didn't you show me a video of one of those ships coming into like one of the alien relics and like powering up or something?
Yeah, there's these barnacles that are found on planets all over the galaxy that people have recently discovered that the Thargoid ships show up to and
do something.
Refuel from, or rearm from, or do something. It appears as though there's energy flowing from the barnacle to the ship. So it looks like it's taking something from them. But as of what it's actually doing, we don't really know. Yet, anyway. I mean, generally speaking, though, like, Frontier is pretty logical with what things do. Like, people overthink. It's like, oh my god, it's activating these planets to become mega ships. It's like, alright, that's a bit outlandish. Like, generally, in Elite, it usually has something to do with, like, biology and so nature.
Occam's razor kind of thing?
Yeah, generally it will function. Like, the simplest answer is probably the correct one. And that's sort of how it's been. There's been a lot of, like, encoded stuff from them and the different things that we've learned, but generally speaking, it's just a simple answer. So, I mean, they're probably refueling from them. That's the only thing I could think of. Maybe we gotta destroy those or infect them or something.
That'd be cool, because they're all bioorganic ships, aren't they?
Yeah.
Be cool if that's how you kill them, is introduce a virus to them. And
well, I mean, that's how it happened in the original games, was, I think parts of it have been retconned, but the reason they went into hiding the first time, there was a war previously with the Thargoids, hundreds of years ago. And I guess humans thought we killed them all or something, because they all disappeared, but it was some sort of virus that was introduced to them that basically, like, ate the material that they were made out of. And so it kind of was like a mass genocide of their whole species, and they kind of ran away. So now they're back, presumably invulnerable to that.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I'm really looking forward to how it's all going about unfolding.
Well, I mean, like, I saw one, I forget which sci-fi series it was, but they had these torpedoes that, when it hit an enemy ship, what it did is it fucking oxygenized the steel in the ship, in the titanium, so basically it just ate the ship away.
Yeah. And
it constantly just spread the ship. Once it hit your ship, you were fucked. It was just a matter of time before it just ate the whole ship away.
Yeah.
Or, like, rusted the whole ship out. And, I don't know exactly how it works, because, you know, space. But,
yeah.
Yeah, I think it hit the ship and it shot, like, a little canister as far into the ship as it could, and it oxygenized itself from the inside out.
Yeah. Yeah, that almost seems like what they're doing back to us now from those... I'm actually just gonna call her back in and get out of here. But generally, like, from the damage that we saw on those capital ships, it looked like, you know, it was eating the metal away that they were made out of as well. So maybe they have some sort of counter weapon to try and melt us. Obviously, we're not biological, or the ships aren't biological, but
I mean, like, there's other ways around, you know, technology. You could blast them with EMPs, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of really curious to see how this all unfolds, like, because the ships currently are, like, invulnerable, right?
What, they're the...
like the Thargoids?
Oh, okay. Why? People shot at them?
Yeah, people have shot at them, and, like, they've come across them. Like, generally, your ship is supposed to...
That one ship over there's getting reamed.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Is my,
It's like fucking turbo Darude sandstorm over there. We had a really weird waveform.
There's my fighter there. Yeah, like, cause they're invulnerable. Your ship is supposed to turn off when you encounter them, but sometimes people have been outside, like, the bubble of what gets affected, and so.
Like how they're like this big fuck off ship.
What are you doing?
Big fuck off alien ship comes out of nowhere, interdicts you, does a thing that is not even supposed to be happening in the game. Somehow your ship doesn't immediately explode or shred itself to pieces or turn off or whatever, and your first thought is to engage that enemy.
Yeah, so people just, like, unload it on them, and
did nothing.
And it's done nothing, yeah. So
do you think that's more like just the fact that, like, Frontier has said, like, we can't have these people destroying these ships now?
Yeah, I would assume it's got to be a narrative thing. Like, I think first engagement, or, like, they have a separate instance set aside for what the outcome of the real first contact will be. Because, like, they've said that there's a possibility where it's, like, not bloodshed instantly. You know, like there might be a chance of being allies or being friendly.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen. No, because
this fucking Spicy Boys clan.
Yeah.
I like the idea, like that's how like how First Contact would actually go with humans. Like you see these, like the fucking Vulcans would come down like in Star Trek, and they'd hold out their hands in friendship, and then some dude come over and farts on them and shoots their leader. What the fuck did you do that for? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Took my dick.
Well, yeah, actually,
Because then they do that like recently, like you had a big event and you were gonna learn a bunch of new lore about the universe, and then the Spicy Boys came out of nowhere and fucked the whole thing.
Yeah,
up.
that was the Salome incident.
So what happened to them afterwards? Was that clan just wiped out?
Well, the leader, the Children of Raxla was the faction. She was killed in that conflict, and so the information that she was going to divulge is gone. But we did get some information about what was going on. We didn't really get all our answers, but the Spicy Boys, or whatever, the SDC is the name of the faction, the Smiling Dog Crew. They kind of double agented their way into the escort party, and then when they got their opportunity, they took it. So that's what happened there. But I think it's the same sort of crew is planning now, because the PS4 launch actually is coming out for us last Tuesday for everybody else on the 27th.
Is there crossplay?
There's no, like, you can't see other players, but the galaxy is the same. So
no,
like,
so I couldn't play with you on.
not directly, no. Like when I mean the galaxy is the same, separate issue or separate thing. That crossplay is possible. I think it's more of like it has to do with kind of getting Sony to agree with having the PC ecosystem exist in the same space.
All right, that's not gonna happen.
I think Frontier also wanted to have the Xbox game be crossplay as well, but I think something about Microsoft was like, we don't want to do that. So I don't know. It may happen at some point in the future, but not as of right now. I think
it's more likely with Microsoft than with Sony.
Yeah.
Microsoft tends to play better with others.
But those same guys are planning, because the galaxy is the same. Say, for instance, if I do a bunch of missions here to get the influence of the faction I'm fighting for up, that percentage, or if I cause this faction to win the war.
So there's no PS4 universe, PC universe. It's all the same.
It's
universe.
all the same. Yeah. So if this faction wins the war because of me here, it'll be the same on Xbox and PS4.
Cool.
So what they're actually doing is there's like a starter region, like a starter system, and then a few surrounding systems where like you can kind of get a grip and figure out how to play the game and stuff. What people are planning to do now, because they're griefer assholes, is to send all of those systems into lockdown, which prevents you from using any of their services. So you can't like buy parts or the commodity market or buy new ships.
Can Frontier just say, like, in this particular case, because we're expecting a bunch of new players, no?
Yeah, I'm expecting if that happens that they'll just reset the world state so everything is fine. Because that would be a massive dick move. You effectively wouldn't be able to leave that region because you wouldn't be able to upgrade your frameshift drive, and you wouldn't be able to jump away from those starter systems.
Well, that'd be really funny, though. Like a little tiny, like the PS4 Xbox community is in this tiny bubble. And like the rest of like the PC universe is out doing its own things. Like, wow, this is a huge game. When do you think the rest of the galaxy is going to open up?
It's probably because whenever there's like a big sale of the game on PC, a bunch of like people, gankers with massive ships, super overpowered ships, go to the starter regions and then just kill all the new players for some reason, because assholes exist.
Elite seems to have a terrible community.
Parts of it are definitely garbage, but I think it's on the lighter side. It's definitely probably one of the better communities. There's just
a lot of
the vocal minority, I suppose.
So like, so what happened to the Stray Dog clan? What happened to them after they basically fucked everyone over?
I mean, that happens like all the time. I mean,
they weren't like there wasn't a big fucking hunt for them, was there?
I think I saw that there was a billion credit bounty for the guy who did it, but I mean, people forget about that stuff. I'm sure somebody did it and somebody got their money, and that was sort of the end of it. I'm sure they'll do something just as dickish whenever they get the opportunity in the future. Because, you know, like...
Well, how did they infiltrate the way in? Didn't people see, like, hey, aren't these the assholes that constantly fuck us?
Yeah, most of the community was like, why are you trusting these guys to do this? And the people in charge, the committee that was organizing, like, the different parties for escorts and stuff, they were like, yeah, no, they're fine, though, we trust them. And it's like, alright, well, they're going to bite you in the ass, and then lo and behold, they bit them in the ass. So...
Yeah, if I was going to organize anything, it's like the Stray Watt clan. No, they're not involved. In fact, orders are shoot any on sight. Kind of like what Disney's policy is towards George Lucas.
It's just shoot on sight.
Yeah. Like you see George. Do you think George Lucas would ever try that like tall man, like him and his fucking daughter wearing a trench coat, and they go and it's like, yes, we're a big investor with Disney, and we're here to look at the new Star Wars movie. Wait a minute, and he opens the door, it's like, George Lucas, like, we gotta get out of here. Or actually, no, it'll be, oh, we gotta get out of here.
George, is that you? No, it's definitely not me. I'm definitely not George Lucas.
What's the name of the native species of Naboo? It's the Googus? It's him! Get him!
It's the Goons.
Jake Lloyd's on top.
They're both struggling to say it.
What's the capital of the Galactic Republic? I always pronounced it Coruscant. God damn it, Jake.
Jake Lloyd. Bill Clinton. All right, let's let's do this. This is a good idea as well. Let's go back to Saul and get my Viper, which may very well be
fucking George Lucas, man. I'm glad he's no longer at the helm of Star Wars.
Yep. May very well be the fastest Viper in the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back and get that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think he minds because he said he kind of. I think he said he was.
He ruined Star Wars.
He was okay with Episode 7. He said he wasn't sure about parts of it, but he would see why fans would like it. Which sounds like.
At the same time, like George Lucas, we weren't sure what some of the stuff he did to with the fucking prequel. So just keep your fucking mouth shut.
But that response though about Episode 7 to me is like he didn't like parts of it, but he knows why fans would like it. It's like you're effectively saying, I know how I ruined Star Wars, but fuck the fans.
Yeah.
And I think he said he liked Rogue One as well, so...
Like, that's so stupid. I remember he said, like, specifically, like, he went over to, was it Garrett Edwards who did Rogue One?
Yeah.
He said to him, like, this would be... He visited the set, and I wouldn't have even let him within, like, a mile of that fucking thing. But he said, yeah, this would be a lot easier to shoot if you were using, CG. He was like, fuck off, George!
Yeah, I think that's effectively what they said.
It's like, oh, thank you, George. That's a good suggestion.
Trying to shoo him away from the set.
Security!
Great idea, George. When are you leaving?
Just see two guys in white robes come. It's like, okay, George, we're gonna. You've been out in the sun a long time. We're gonna bring you back inside and give you some of that medication.
I wonder if they had like multiple sets.
He's getting dragged away and he's just screaming, "Googus! It's the Googus!"
They had a fake set location, so like they knew George was gonna go around and like touch stuff and fuck with everything. Yeah. It's like, all right, we can burn this one now. Go back to the main set.
He's like, I thought Rogue One was being filmed in Studio A. He's like, no, it's definitely Studio 9. He goes in, and all it is just a bunch of like fake people. So instead of who's the girl who played Jen?
Felicity Jones.
Yeah, instead of Felicity Jones, it's Melicity Gones.
It's a little cardboard cutout or something.
It's like, oh, I just CG all of that in and have it take place in Coruscant.
Why are you even hiring actors? Why not just make them CG? Yeah, all right. What about voice actors? Well, where are you gonna synthesize that?
You just hear fucking from the fucking like in the studio. You just hear like, George is coming. Everyone's like, quick, throw a sheet over the set. Hey, I heard you were filming Star Wars in here. It's like, no, this is Casablanca 2. I got some cool ideas for that with CG. It's like, fucking George, get out of here.
Oh yeah. I rewatched Force Awakens the other day.
Of course you did.
And I just paid more attention to like the camera work, And there's like, I don't know if it's like a GoPro shot or if it's just like a super wide angle shot, but there's a few shots in there where you can see the edge of the camera like in the frame.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
that was the one bit they let George do.
Why didn't you, like, I don't know, do something in post and like brush over it or something, you know?
I forget what movie it was, but there's one movie where you can see like the fucking boom mic, like
like the top of it come into frame for a second.
And there's a really awesome moment in Black Dynamite where he's given, like, Black Dynamite is like is a parody of all the blaxploitation films of the fucking 70s, and it's meant to be a parody of how low budget most of those movies were. So in this movie, like, the guy who plays Black Dynamite stands up because he's giving a big speech, but you can tell that he wasn't supposed to stand up because he stands up and then the camera shoots up to try and fall and then has to come back down the center, and you see the boom mic is clearly in shot for the whole thing. And then there's another.
Some clips from that. It looks pretty funny.
It's one of my favorite movies. Like, it's really good.
Like, even to have it be shit on purpose is like hard.
Yeah, and they do it perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, there's a bit where they're having a raging gunfight, and a car pulls up, and a bunch of dudes get out, and the dude gets out of the driver's seat and starts shooting, but he forgot to put the car in park, so it starts rolling away. So the actor jumps back in the car and starts hammering the brake.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably more of a humor that I would actually find funny in a film.
You would definitely find Black Dynamite really funny.
Just because it seems like a lot of writing is like really shitty fart jokes.
Yeah,
that, you know,
like
farts are funny, but I don't want to go see a $50 million movie with turbo feces writing.
Yeah, like to be fair, like, the hardest thing to do in comedy is subtle humor. Like, it's hard to get that because there's a very fine line between too subtle and not subtle enough. And if it's not subtle enough, it's not funny. Yeah. And if it's too subtle, nobody's gonna get it.
Yeah, like that. You know, the standing up and the camera having to shoot up after him. Like, that's a subtle. Because it's like it's shit, but I don't know. It's like it's it's good.
And, like, there's a scene in the movie where Black Dynamite, they're talking, he's like, Black Dynamite, what are you gonna do? And he's like, I'm gonna do what Black Dynamite does best. And a girl comes around the corner, is like, you gonna hit some fools and crack wise, Black Dynamite? And then the actor seems to go off and is like, fucking Gloria, I didn't even have to look, bitch, I fucking knew it was you! I fucking knew it, Gloria, get the fuck out of here before I take you up to Old Man Henderson's with a coat hanger, and we'll see how well that abortion works out for you then. And then there's fucking silence for like 30 seconds as everybody looks at the director behind the camera to see if he's still like, keep rolling.
Yeah, I wonder if that was improv then.
Oh, it absolutely might have been. I don't know. It was really well done.
Because it's funny how like how much improv there is in big budget film.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, I think one of my favorite improv scenes. I forget what movie it's from. But they're looking at this fucking. You know what snuff powder is?
Nope.
So snuff powder is they used to have it back in like the 1800s. Little white powder. Fucking cry. That's how Aaron sounds like when he climaxes. You take little powder and you put it in your nose and you're like this, Aaron, like, and a little pinch and you put it in both noses. I'm not sure if it's just meant to smell good and but there also might be like an opiate or something in there. Anyway, this dude bought like a very vintage, like an antique vintage box of it, and he's like, "Yes, this snuff powder is over 150 years old." And then the guy's like, "Wow, let me smell." And then he smells it, and then the actor in real life fucking sneezes and shoots the fucking shit all over the set, and there's like fucking silence, and then the camera keeps rolling as every actor on the scene starts fucking pissing themselves with laughter because it's like, "Oh wow, is it very expensive?" And their fucking powder and shit goes everywhere.
Oh god.
Do you know what's a really good show that does subtle humor really well? Fucking the Catering Show.
Oh yeah.
They do that really well.
What moon should we go to?
I've always been a big fan of Titan.
Yeah, Titan. Titan's a gas moon. We can't go there.
Is it?
Well, not gas moon, but it has an atmosphere.
Oh. Can you go to Charon, which is Pluto's moon?
Oh, Charon, there you go. Way the fuck out there. I can go there though. I have to cruise for a little bit. All right.
We can go to our. Can we go to our moon? Can we go to Luna?
No, we can't go to Luna.
Presumably that's a big Federation base, isn't it?
Oh God.
Just hearing the, like I like the idea. It's like what are you in a Viper? It's like Viper 238. Pull up. You scrape the shit out of the top. It's like fucking hell. So where were you just then?
What station?
Yeah.
Galileo around our moon. So.
Oh.
That's our moon right there.
Oh, cool.
But I can't go to it because it's permit locked.
Like by the Federation, or?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, almost blacked out. I think primarily because Frontier wanted to do other stuff with it. And so, because they haven't done it yet, they don't want you going there. So that's probably the reason.
Well, I mean,
why.
like in almost every fucking sci-fi series ever, the moon is like the big base, like the big naval base in
yeah,
like that's where the Navy is based to, and the moon. It's either the moon or Mars. Can you go to Mars?
Yeah, we can go to Mars. It's terraformed in this universe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I'll just pop over there and have a gander at it.
Have a little gander.
It's also the Federation capital.
Oh, is it not Earth?
No.
Or Terra, whatever they call it.
I don't know what the hell the name of the capital ship is, but it's stationed above Mars, and that's where the president is.
Why not on Earth?
I don't know.
Is Earth fucked? No,
Earth is fine. I guess it's just, I don't know, something to do with relocation. I don't know, it's a bunch of things you can read. You can go look at the capital ship above Mars. Actually, that's above Earth. Where's Mars at? I guess we'll just go there. Can't see it yet. But yeah, like even if you're allied with the Federation, the fucking capital ship there doesn't take prisoners. If you get too close to it, just shoot you down.
I mean, it is like the president, isn't it?
Yeah. Who's portrayed by Robert Patrick.
Really?
Or his likeness, at least, yeah. I'll just slow down a little bit.
That's pretty cool.
Go over to Galactic Powers. And go to here. And we have... There he is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is it just modeled after him, or did he actually like lend his voice and stuff?
Well, I mean, there hasn't been any voice acting or anything with those yet, but they did borrow his likeness, you know, with his permission and everything. He even took photos and, I guess, re-illustrated them.
Should get Jordan to send Jordan's pictures over so they can scan into the game.
Well, I mean, there is a guy, Archon Delane. He might be a Jordan. There we go.
Wait, hey, who's that hot shit? Oh, fucking hell! It's like if Jordan had sex with
Ashley
fucking.
Duvall.
She's hot as hell.
Space Khaleesi.
Does she work for the Empire?
Yeah. She's a.
Why
princess.
isn't everybody fighting for her?
I was allied with her for a while. She gives you prismatic shields.
Ooh.
Which are really good shields. Where was I going? Moon. Here we go. Capital ship.
Any Mass Effect?
Mass Effect relay.
Well, I was gonna say Mass Effect references in the game.
Oh, maybe. Kerbin is in the game.
Really?
Yeah. Or I think there's a Kerbal system or something. There's a Kerbal reference in there somewhere.
Like nobody goes to this planet because of its failed fucking space program.
It's like millions of crashed spaceships.
Just like littered like there's a
ocean.
ring around the planet of fucked starships.
Yeah, that'd be cool if there was like an asteroid belt of ships.
See, I'd never find Mars because I'd be looking for the red fucking planet. It's like, where the fuck is it? Oh shit, there's a lot of water on that planet. Holy fuck.
All right, let's have a gander. There's all the craters and stuff are still there, but they just have water in them now.
Fucking hell, with storms and everything. Looks to have a lot of water. Looks to even be more water than Earth. Jesus.
So let's just.
So what's the temperature, and is it like Earth-like, or is it colder?
Yeah, we can have a gander at the. Oh, wrong thing. Have a gander at her stats. Yeah, surface temperature is 261K, so that's relatively close to Earth, a little bit colder. 0.38 Gs, so that's probably fairly comfortable. No volcanism, suitable for water-based life. 91% nitrogen atmosphere, 8% oxygen, 0.1 water. So it's a little bit different than Earth.
Way more nitrogen. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I bet it'd be hard to breathe there.
It says outdoor world with human breathable atmosphere and indigenous life.
Yeah, but you'd be short of breath all the time. You'd like living on top of a mountain.
Yeah, maybe. That's lower G.
It doesn't matter. There's more nitrogen and less oxygen. There's the one thing in the air that you need.
Nah, it's fine.
Alright, where's this capital ship to?
It's over there. I was just looking for the...
You're fucking going full George Lucas there for a second. Fucking Google.
Looking at the craters and stoof.
That's cool.
So
So they bring like elephants and shit over here?
Fuck if I know.
Just herds of elephant. Like that's the one animal they brought to Mars is the elephant. Like
There's
only
just billions of them now.
Yeah. Fucking maggoty with elephants.
There's some cool, like this isn't a particularly good area, but there's some cool areas with just like circular oceans because of the, you know, the water just filled the crater. And I can't wait until they like redo the fucking graphics on these fucking Earth-likes.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, because you can't really go to them right now. They're still, like, you get these turbo shitty-ass scenes.
I was going to say, something gone wrong with the terraforming there.
Yeah. Like, you know, there's a circular thing there.
That's cool.
But I guess once we're able to go to these, it'll be, you know, not feces. So, all right, let's go to that capital ship. Now, I guess it doesn't really matter if I blow up because I don't have anything important on this ship. Remember having a crewmate on board. If your whatever mothership, the main ship that you're in, blows up, then your crewmates will die. If the fighters explode, it doesn't matter. But if the base ship blows up, then it does. And so I've got it into situations, probably stupid situations in the past where there we go, will pop into view. Where I probably shouldn't have done stupid stuff and end up losing crewmates, which they take a while to rank up and stuff.
So how long have you had your current crewmates for?
I have just the one because they take a pretty sizable chunk of your money. So I've had her for, I don't know, probably 6 or 8 months.
Wow.
I had a bunch of other ones, but
they all died.
No, I just sort of like discharged them or whatever.
Like they did, there's a small space where Aaron just dumps his crew out the airlock. Like, where am I gonna get paid?
Starship 1 on our watch. Stay frosty. People with no intention or responsible watching. Yeah, whatever. So I don't know if they're gonna shoot at me if I get too close or not.
What's the name of the ship?
Starship 1, apparently.
Oh.
Now let's just see if they send me a message.
Is it kind of like Air Force One?
I guess so, yeah. I suppose so.
Kind of fucking stupid that his office is a fucking capital ship. Like, fucking...
No, I think it's just stationed above Mars to protect it.
Okay, I was gonna say, because fucking build an office, asshole.
Keep flying, Commander. Nothing to see here. Any unauthorized craft, Starship won't be subject to lethal force.
Well, the idea of them being like, alright, fuck off!
Go away, please.
Can you detach the camera and go over?
Yeah, I guess so. Over as close as I can. Starship 1.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Are those Corvettes?
That's Anacondas. The Anaconda is about 550 feet long, so you can get a sense of scale there.
It was like a kilometer-long ship?
The Farragut's are 2 kilometers long.
So, but they have big bays for fighters, do they?
Yep, they can hold 6 Corvettes, apparently. I don't know where, maybe in these side pod things.
The front looks like one big gun. There's a gap in the front. It looks like a big fuck-off mag cannon.
Well, there's like little... I guess it's kind of like the Republic ships in Star Wars. Or like they have
galaxy
like the
divided
bays
by
on the
war.
Yeah, it'd be cool if it was a gun, though, like that fucking the Imperial detonator or whatever. I'm just gonna zip past it, see if they kill me.
Imperial detonator.
It was like the Death Star gun.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, or like in Mass Effect, where all the ships in Mass Effect are built around the central gun. Like, the gun, they start with the gun, and they build the ship around it.
This thing is so fucking fast. Yeah. This thing is awesome.
Oh, yeah?
Like,
Why is it so fast?
Because I just modified the hell out of it.
Like the day that you're constantly buzzing by the president's, like, as he's taking the ship, he's like, what the fuck is that?
It's a Viper whizzing by, buddy's a window.
Or makes the TIE fighter noise. Like, you got, like, a custom sound, like... Or however it sounds, I don't know.
Or whatever the fucking gun noise is.
Yeah. You gotta do the, like, the maracas at the end.
The maracas.
Well, it's like...
Oh, yeah. That's pretty close. Yeah, it's just like a slowed down elephant sound, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so. Elephant at half speed. I'll see if I just get close if they just shoot at me for going slow.
Hey guys!
I guess they don't care. I mean, I am a vice admiral,
whoop,
so...
Whoop. Oh, you're a vice admiral.
Yeah.
It's like, sir, why is the vice admiral, why is the vice admiral buzzing the tower? I don't know. Just go with it.
I'm getting shot.
You're shooting at their own vice admiral.
Oh, I'm dead. I guess they don't want me lingering around.
We're kind of like fucking in the ship. What was that flight simulator game video that you showed me where the dudes were landing 747s on the aircraft?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, confirm.
You can probably end it there.
Yeah, that's probably fine. I think we talked about enough stuff.
Yeah.
I just outlined the 2.4 stuff because I mentioned it and then said nothing about it. Essentially, they're introducing sort of a karma system to the game, sort of basic karma system, not the full-on thing that they're planning on doing, but just making the repercussions, or I guess the consequences to griefing players a bit more severe. So before, what people used to do, it was called the free winder or the suicide winder, because the starter ship is called the sidewinder, and the rebuy on it is free because it's a free ship. So basically, you could incur a bunch of bounties by killing a bunch of players, and then just go get in your shitty sidewinder, kill yourself, and then the bounties were gone. And so it was kind of a major exploit, if you really consider it. So they're getting rid of that now. So whatever bounties you incur, it kind of tags the rebuy cost of your ship. So if you're in like a 50 million credit rebuy Corvette, then that's your penalty when you go to do your sidewinder rebuy. So they kind of made it a bit more proportionate for the punishment, I guess, or the whatever. They're also adding a bunch of new guns and stuff like that, and different engineering things for potentially fighting the Thargoids, I guess. Which it all looks really cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to doing some stuff. When the Thargoid war kicks off, I'd like to come over and play with you.
Yeah.
Be fun.
Absolute.
Get blitzed apart by fucking Thargoids.
It's even like you get the sense of scale from like just this ship, because you can see my little face inside there.
Yeah.
Just said like even just this ship, which is relatively small compared to even my Corvette or whatever, which is way fucking bigger than this. Yeah. So looking forward to when we get to walk around with these things. It'll be cool. Anyway, I guess we'll leave it there. So there's a update on Elite. I guess the last time we played this was like episode 117 or something for a special.
Yeah, we shouldn't call this a let's play. We should call this a chill out.
A chill out, yeah. Because actually, kind of full circle, we used this ship, this very Viper, in that video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like my main ship back then, and I've since now converted it into an orange, super fast, probably the fastest Viper in the galaxy.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that's it for this week. See you later, everyone.
Yeah, I'll see you next time.
Bye.